when Emmanuel and I were dating, he never slept once in the cinema. And I remember like one of our friends was like, what, he didn't sleep? I was like, he's never slept. He's never slept once. Yeah, you never slept once. You never slept once. I couldn't, and the reason why...
Maybe you didn't catch me. Maybe I was smooth. Maybe you didn't catch me.
Yeah, we got this. It's that time again.
The head and dropping Mrs. OMG. My lovely husband, you know, in my OMG. And together you can call us the OMG. Sit back, relax, and sip your tea. We'll keep you company.
Welcome to our channel, OhEmGees. 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 OhEmGees, 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 OhEmGees.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching our video today. But before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. Say hi.
Hi guys, hello, welcome back to our channel. My name is Yesterday.
My name is Emmanuel. Somebody say, oh my God. That's how we roll. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you for all the feedback from the last video.
It's very encouraging. Actually,
and amazing to see that people actually related a lot, you know. Because it wasn't what we planned for that video we ended up doing. And in fact, when you go to that prayer part, I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, God, what's going on? What's going on? But thank God, it was for someone.
Praise God. Hallelujah.
So today, now, Kila and She, what are we doing now today?
Today, is it like we said that we were going to have a part 2 of the first video, because essentially we're talking about, you know, how we knew each other was the one. And now we want to just kind of delve a little bit deeper and talk about the things, particularly like practical things that let us know that actually this person's the one. It's not a gut feeling. I know people say a lot of like, oh, you know, I just feel it in my gut. Trust your gut. My stomach doesn't have a brain. And it cannot really tell me what to do. That feeling that people call a gut feeling is usually a conscience, right? A consciousness. I believe that everybody has the consciousness of God. Whether or not it's activated fully in their lives is another thing. So for us that, you know, that believe in Christ Jesus, our consciousness is the Holy Spirit. So, you know, that feeling that you feel when it's like, something doesn't feel right, something is off. It's like, depending on how connected you are with the Holy Spirit, it could be an overwhelming feeling, it could be a very strong and strong confirmation, or it could just be like a faint kind of gut wrenching. I'm not sure, but like I guess it depends on the relationship. So we don't go by just the gut feeling; we go by the leading of the Spirit, and also things. You know, I believe that God shows us in tangible ways how someone can be the one, and we want to share our own lists, our lists of it.
Lady Evangelist, well done, man. That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't see that coming, but that made sense. Yeah, because overall, yeah, it's God that directs our path, is one that leads and everything, you know. But at the same time, we'll try to make this, at least from my end. So what I told her was, she should write a couple of points, maybe 7 or 10 points of, and I wrote mine too, of the signs that you notice in you, and you more often than not, when you have all these signs in you, there's a chance that that person is the one, and you should really focus on that person. Also, signs that you should look out from the other person, that if you notice that this other person are displaying these signs towards you, then you should maybe take them a little bit more seriously, you know. So I wrote mine and she wrote hers. I want to see if they coincide. You know, so at the end of the day, as God leads you and you notice all these symptoms, okay, not symptoms, don't be sickness, but all these signals within you, then, man, that person might be the one, you know. So let's start with you. What's your number one?
Okay, my number one, it's not in any particular order, but this is what came. I wrote it down as it came to my mind. It was the peace.
Okay, but wait, sorry. Before you say, okay, you said it already. So, because you said not in any particular order, I just wanted to be like, okay, but do you have any of your list that you feel like should be the first sign to look out for?
Well, like, the thing about, I feel like it'll be different for different people. So I don't want to, I say for ourselves, it's you know, it's, again, I can't say which one came first, right? There were different signs that you will see that may not necessarily be the pivotal sign, but it's, and some people might have little signs to begin with. And then, you know, when they all come together, you start to piece them together. So it doesn't mean that anyone is less or more or bigger. They all equally kind of work together. Yeah. So for me, my number one that I wrote that came to mind was peace. Peace. And like I shared in the last video as well, like just I had that strong peace, like really strong peace after much travail.
All right. So why I asked the way I asked that, do you have one that you feel like comes first? It's the fact that I have one that I feel comes first. You know? Okay. And so my other lists do not really follow any particular order, but I feel like this is the first sign, definitely. And it's usual. It's more, people have made it cliche. Because even people, it has gotten to the point whereby people have really kind of downplayed it that, it's not really important. Other things are really important. Do you understand? You know. So as cliche as it might sound, I decided to make this list because I feel it's really important. But it's not, when I get to it, you understand. But it's not just only unique to, you might also feel the sign for somebody that's not the one anyways, you get. But I feel like it's like number one on all the list of the other signs, and it's attraction. So why I decided to put this on the list is even when we were in school, mostly the preachings and the relationship talks are always geared towards the fact that it's not that important. That what is important is the virtue and the other things the person carry. You know, back in school, I remember even Papa, they used to preach, Bishop Oyedepo and all the, shout out to Bishop, by the way, yeah. And every other person, you know, they used to preach, they were like, it's not really about the looks, but it's about the person that you will fulfill destiny with, you know. So don't follow beauty, follow destiny. Then I went on stage to crack a joke one day and I was like, yes, they say we should not follow beauty, we should follow destiny. That makes sense. But make sure your destiny is attractive. Do you understand? Now, but I would also like to really explain. So, in the beauty in the sense of it does not necessarily mean superficial, does not necessarily mean the trendy or the flashy or what people go towards and everything. But make sure that it is something that is attractive to you, because that is, this is the potential person you are going to spend the rest of your life with. Do you understand? And it should be your kind of beauty. You know, they say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. That means at the end of the day, there's nobody that is ugly. Someone that is your own Miss World might not really be attractive to another person, you know. And the person that you consider not all that attractive might be it for, you know. And why I decided to put this is, I always say something. I don't know if I said it to you before. I said, because at some previous relationships, I got to the point where I was like, okay, maybe I just need to be responsible and not really focus on looks. But I now realize that when I got married to you, I always say that if I had gotten married to any other person, although I'd said it to myself because of what my mom went through when I was younger, that, yeah, when I get married, I will stay with my wife. My wife will not go through what my mom went through. So I know I would stay in whatever marriage. But if I had gotten married to anybody and I saw you walk by, even I didn't talk to you, I just saw you walk by, I would have known that, damn, I missed it, man. You know, and it's more or less like having to now live with that frustration for the rest of your life. Do you understand that? I could have just chilled. So this is not to say you wait for perfect looks or anything, but just make sure that there's that tingling. Is that English correct? That vibration within you. Tingling within you. Feeling. So don't downplay attraction, although don't overplay it, if you understand what I mean. But you need to actually, that person needs to be your kind of beautiful, your kind of attractive, just like my wife is. You know, every single day I wake up, I look at you, and I just fall in love all over again because...
Oh, babe.
It's I'm not even trying to gas you now. I'm trying to still buttress my point. Because it's effortless. Do you understand? So you don't even have to... So there's a way you could have maybe made up to how I want you to look, and you have to be keeping up and making the effort but you don't even have to make the effort. Do you understand? Like, God just like baked you in his bakery for me. Do you understand? So that attraction, find your kind of attraction. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's when you are now after the outward attraction attracts you, then the inward attraction too is important, because the outward is useless when the inward is like Mangolo.
We're focusing on what you said, which is physical attraction. My brother, if we're going to
no, my attraction is 1A and B.
I know,
my attraction is 1A and B.
I must but
physical and
but you put physical. It's okay. We're not judging the attraction, and we're not here to belabor the points that we're making, because we're gonna be here forever if we're gonna actually. I mean, it's a lovely explanation. Wow.
Let me ship what in here. Let me ship what.
As wonderful as the explanation is, let's keep it short.
Attraction 1A and 1B, outward and inward.
He said
inward too.
We're going to stick
Behavior,
to what he said.
Destiny,
the reason why I said that you should stick to what you said is because many relationship experts, like Pastor K would say that men look at outward first. That's just it's a thing for men. Generally, men look at the physical first because they see, men see with their eyes. Women see with their hearts a lot of the time.
But I'm not sticking to what I said. You just did not let me finish, because the attraction was actually two-sided. So I'm like, it's after you see the outward, then the inward too is important. Do you understand? So it's two of them that makes up for the beauty. Do you understand? Exactly. So,
no, but the first thing I'm sticking to what you said. Your point was physical attraction. That's what you said, right?
Attraction, not physical.
But my attraction.
So you have to be attracted. But the point I was trying to make is you have to be attracted to the outside
physically.
First,
yeah. So physically,
before you see what the inside holds.
That's what we're told as women as well. That,
then what I was now saying is, if you now see all the outside attraction and there's still nothing on the inside, then it's not still complete.
Of course.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, of course. So we're not gonna. Yeah, exactly. So we could have said that in a lot shorter time, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next one. What's your number 2?
You're going now. What's your number 2?
Okay. They respect your non-negotiables. Like. Okay. Yeah. So which is pretty self-explanatory. I believe everybody should have non-negotiables. There are things that you will not take. Let me give you some. There's realistic ones, and there's some things that are there's fundamental ones, and there's some things that are quite maybe like quirks that you have and things, and maybe hopes that you have after watching a lot of romantic movies. Like, he will always open the door for me. That is, I don't know whether that should be a non-negotiable. I don't think. It's not that deep. I used to say that my husband will always open the door for me. Bless my husband, he tries, but he doesn't always open the door for me. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't love me. So it's just I think you have to be very not realistic, but the fundamentals for me were that he loves Christ and I see it in him, right? Not that he was perfect or like I was perfect, but I needed to know that we had the same viewpoint on life in terms of. I just need to know that he would respect my decision not to have sex before marriage. He would respect the fact that God came first in my life. Just things, and he was not disrespectful to me. Just those are the non-negotiables, that you talk to me in a manner, even if we're having an argument, we're not gonna. There's no cursing. We're respecting one another, kind of thing. That those are not obviously no physical abuse or kind of. Or interaction. So those are non-negotiables for me. Some people might have different ones, but there are fundamental ones, the ones I've mentioned, that should be part of your list. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. And so let me also still highlight this here. So the way this is being put out is, look at Yetunde as obviously the lady, and so she's putting it out as the things you need to look out for in the guy before you decide that he's the one. Yeah. And so I'm now posing like for the guys the things that you need to see in yourself about how you feel about the other person. You now realize that yeah, I feel like the way I feel about this person has to be the one. Although you need to see it in the other person, you know, but to just make it that dynamic. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and my number 2 actually kind of coincides with what you said, because the person, they need to respect your non-negotiables. Yeah. But before they can respect your non-negotiables, that means that you have their attention. So my number 2 here is attention. Okay. Like when, as a guy, when you see that you just, the lady does not even need to stress. She doesn't need to ask for it. You are just giving her your undivided attention, and you don't even know. It's when you now look back, you now think about it that this guy has my attention. That was the way it was with looking back now. It's almost as if you just me, babe. You know, like
whatever, please.
You know, it's almost like a project. Like I'm always just out to, like when you are talking, it's almost as if. Hey,
I just locked him off. Sorry, guys.
The phone cut off for some reason. I don't know.
This thing.
Well, I would have to call her back now. So let's just hold on.
Someone should come and sponsor me.
And
give me some real earphones. Get me some. They need to get me some. They need to get me some AirPods, some real ones. These fake earphones that I'm wearing. I'm not going to mention the name of them, but they are just too fake.
But I told you to get things, babe. So the thing about these things is I have to always buy them for you. I not have to give you the money, because once you are holding money and you just notice that something is expensive, you are just an Ijebu. You will not buy it.
No, let me tell you the truth, yeah, guys. Honestly, you know, and I'm trying to come out of it. You know, being a mom and, you know, being a wife, I feel like, you know, I always come last when it comes to things in my mind, like things that even if I need them, I'm like, yeah, but I could use this money for this and whatever. I'm learning to, you know, put these things first as well. So yeah. And
it's so funny because that's how I take myself, you know. So imagine the person I'm now putting first, now putting herself last. Do you understand? So imagine me deprive myself of something and now give you money, do this thing for yourself. You are now see, as in, what's all this?
I now push Ferrari to the front. I'm like, let me get this new shoes for Ferrari Jerry or something. There is God.
Meanwhile, we are getting our shoes anyways. But yeah, you didn't cut the camera yet when the phone went off.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So yeah, so I was saying attention, like the fact that, you know, it's something for you to have to complain to me first before I give you attention. And it's something for me not even make an effort. Like, you just have my attention. Like, it's almost like, I was going to say, it's almost as if I'm like a project, like an assignment. Like, when you are talking, I'm fully attentive to,
what I'm saying.
No, okay, this is what she likes, this is what she does not like, and I do not, do you understand? So, like, when you just see that, you don't really have to put an effort. Say that, you want to say something?
No, I was like, yeah, but you know when you're dating, though, it's different when you're married. It's, you know, it's different.
So you're saying you don't have my attention now?
No,
you're saying you don't have my attention.
Generally, I do. You do a good job. You do a great job, and even me as well. I feel like because there's that you're that comfortable when you get married. It's not. Trust me. Dating and marriage are two different things as well.
But it's interesting you raise that because it's a vital point to raise. And that is why this video is out. That is why, ladies, you do not need to settle. You should not actually settle.
Don't settle.
You should make sure, because these signs diminish. So not that they disappear, not that, but there's this relaxation. Do you understand? The energy when I was chasing her is not the same energy when I know I have her. Or I just obey the Newton's, the law of conservation of energy, which states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another. So that energy of chasing her, I just converted it to some other energy, like maybe pampering her with love and everything, you know. So the form of attention I had, attention she had of me, you know, she could say reduce, but not exactly like reduce. So, you know, sometimes I can be doing stuff and she's just trying to call my attention, talking. Hey, my babe, I'm saying stuff and my mind is somewhere else, you know, although I'm still working for us. But back then, before she say, do you understand? So imagine that you are dating someone. Imagine that you are dating someone now and you are struggling for the person's attention. What is it now going to be when you end up getting married? So thank you for bringing out. That's the whole essence of listing out this point that these are non-negotiable. These are non-negotiable.
Yeah. You know. And also, like, let me give an example, a funny example actually. When Emmanuel and I were dating, he never slept once in the cinema. And I remember, like, one of our friends was like, what, he didn't sleep? I was like, he's never slept. He's never slept once. Yeah, you never slept once. You never slept once. And the reason why
you didn't catch me. Maybe I was smooth. Maybe you didn't catch me. Maybe you didn't catch me.
No, babe,
see,
honestly.
That's... See, I'll tell you 2 times I slept. I slept... what, Iron Man. Was it not me and you that went to watch Iron Man when it came out?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Yeah.
And you slept?
No, what year was Iron Man? No.
No.
Okay, I think that was in uni. That was in uni. That was in uni. That Genevieve's film.
Did you sleep? Yeah, you slept.
I slept.
I didn't know.
But you were busy crying. So the thing is, I thank God for the way He has programmed my cinema sleeping. I sleep in such a way that I wake up just towards the end.
Yeah,
and I blend in back.
No, but that's the thing. You're not as smooth. As we've been married and we've been to the cinema probably twice. No, 2 or 3 times. That's not very good. But anyway, you've slept fully.
No. But see, and I've met husbands. Please comment.
Sometimes
please. There was a.
Sometimes even horror kind of sleep. Every time we sit down, turn on the. You know that when people turn on the Netflix.
And I realized this is not just me. Because I had a meeting with a doctor. We're talking about something else. Then he brought this up. We're talking about having an event, and he brought this up that his wife does not even like to go to the cinema with him again. Do you understand? And after you have hustled, you have, and some of us sleeping is just like you are blowing breeze. It's not like what do they call those things when you sing a baby to sleep?
Lullaby, like a lullaby.
So watching movies is just like that for some of us, But I try my best, babe. Anyways, I try.
You try, bless you.
I'm happy we're lingering on this, even if it means we'll end it here, then we'll continue next time. Yeah. So not that you hear you hear when they say, and it's true that Pastor Clinton says something about the kind of love you have before you get married. Married is emotional love that just that's why you say when I don't see you, it's almost as if you can't control it, and that's why they say you can't choose who you love. All those kind of it's butterflies and everything, but it's because of the fact that you don't see yourself every day. Once you get married, that emotional love with time fades out, and it now becomes conscious love. Yeah,
intentional. Yeah.
Do you understand? You become intentional about this. Do you understand this person that you want to love? And before you get married, you already know the kind of person that say you go still they love. You get and these are the things you need to look out for, because it's easy to love you now because I know you care for me, you love me, and you do things. You understand? Imagine that if it's a struggle. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
You need to marry somebody that will make it easy for you to choose loving them back to back and back to back,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that attention, rounding up my attention, and babe, you remember the way I used to call you? Sometimes you sleep as I'm talking, you sleep off on the other end of the call and everything, Like,
you really used to call me
important.
Every day, throughout the day, oh my gosh. But the thing is, you still call me, but it's not the same. I'll be calling him and he'll be like, babe, I'm playing this game, I can't stop. This game, babe, I can't pause.
Why did you do that? This was just yesterday, babe. Why did you do this? This is after we have spoken for the whole day. Don't mind. We have been talking morning, Since I'll be in the studio, we'll talk, I'll walk. Then
we talk all throughout the day, even
No, I will not let this go. I will not let this go. This particular call that you called me is because she wanted to do a fofo. She wanted to do, there's a gist I was giving her initially when we had called earlier. I was giving her a gist, and she could not hear me well. When she was now going on the road, though, with Feromi, she called back that she wanted to hear this gist. And I was playing a game that I could not pause. And I told this babe that when you get home, we'll continue. This is what she said.
What kind of game is that you can't pause it? Please.
It's tennis. It's tennis, babe. But long story short, ladies, that attention, you must know that he has your attention. And see, it's not negotiable. If you are dating someone, they must disturb you with calls. I don't mean they should be stalking you, but they should call. You should know that the call should. So if I'm not even saying dating yet, if a guy is saying he likes you and he can hold on a day, 2 days, 3 days without calling you.
Yeah.
Babe, your video is paused. Is everything all right? Okay,
someone is calling me, that's why.
He can hold on a day, 2 days, 3 days without calling you.
Yeah.
No. Trust me, no, that's not a good one.
And, or you'll be guessing you'll be thinking, but you're coming today. And it's always like, I'll call you back. I'm just in. Please, I beg.
There's even another side. There's another side to the call. Let me see if I have it here. You want? There's another side to the call. I will explain later when we get further. So, babe, how many points did you write?
I wrote 7. I wrote 6 actually.
Okay. So, because maybe we should get to 4 here. Then we'll end it. Then we'll continue later.
Yes.
Me, I wrote 10. So the next episode you'll have updated your own too. You know. So,
okay.
Number 3. Yes.
So number 3 is that you're a priority for them. That's part of you. That's similar to the intention, I guess. But like, you're a priority.
Babe, like we're just so connected.
And by the
continue your talk. Sorry.
By the way, we didn't check out. We didn't show each other. And we didn't show each other. I literally just wrote mine like before we started filming. So yeah.
She had even forgotten.
I forgotten to write mine.
Sorry. So initially, I had written this. I wanted this to be a husband to husband, but I know that you guys like to see us talk together, and I felt like it would be more interesting. So I had the whole idea planned out. So we were already going to start. She coming to freestyle, and I told her, babe, just please write your points. Let's see if it coincides. And it's really amazing, you know. So you're number 3, yeah. Yeah.
So number 3, yeah. So you're a priority for them. You know, like I think one of the things that really made me know that Emmanuel was my husband was the fact that he took me as priority. Do you know what? You know why God is so like awesome in how he is that I remember dating someone and I remember being ill during that time and them come to see me and you know like it was all fine and everything, but there was a difference and they took me out to eat and it was it was fine like and it was I thought that was nice. But when like there was also Nigeria just be falling sick because malaria, and when the next time I was ill and I was I don't even we're not even dating and I always refer back to that story because I was sick and you hadn't seen me, like you didn't look, you looked out for me, you didn't see me, you called me like you asking me like are you okay, and then at that time we were not dating and I was like, oh, I've not been feeling too well. And you're like, oh my God, like, what's wrong? Yeah, I was like, I don't know, I think it's probably typhoid or something. And you'd gone out to buy me medicine and you're like, is there anything you would like to eat? You know, and I think you remembered that I said I like amala and okra. I don't remember telling you that. You said, I'll get you something to eat. I was like, oh, remember I said that, I don't know, but I don't know. He went to go and buy me, I think you guys have probably heard this story like many times, but he's going to go and buy me some amala and okra from Jevnik then. When they used to be good. No offense to Jevnik, but yeah.
Jevnik, please bring back your quality.
Jevnik was the one. Now I cannot even touch my toe inside. Please, please. Anyway, but actually, no, they should hear this. Jevnik, you used to be great. Please go back to being great. Anyway, so yeah, like that. I when I ate that amala, not crow. So Jevnik,
so you were not sick. It was sakpa. It was sakpa.
No, I'm joking though. But honestly, like, so he had bought me like medicine, like paracetamol and stuff like that. So there was the difference. I compared it at that time. I was thinking, wow, like the difference was that, there was the thing of, okay, I'm coming to see you and see how you are. But this one was more like I'm coming to take care of you. There was this care. There was this I was a priority. I didn't feel like you needed to rush off and quickly do this. Although you were busy, it was like you made sure that you did this and you made sure to keep on checking in until I was fine. So it just made me feel like, wow, like, especially being in Nigeria, I didn't have any immediate family. Like my mum and dad, obviously in England. And I didn't have any family around me. I had friends and but everyone's doing their thing. So to have someone to take care of me, I'd not had that in over like a year. I'd not had that feeling of being cared for or being loved on. So that really made me realize that the importance that even if you want to be with someone, you have to be a priority for them. It's no matter what they're doing, you still like, okay, I'm going to come and do this for you first. And then I'm going to go back to work, which is what Emmanuel had did. So yeah, priority. You have to be a priority. Yeah.
So my butterflies in my belly again, just remembering, And so that's your number 4, and it's so interesting because what I wrote, number 3. So and what I wrote in number 3 here is genuinely care / always want the best for them. And so remember what we said. Yetunde is saying as a female what you need to look out from. The signs you need to see in the person that says he likes you for you to know that, yeah, they might be the one. And I'm telling you as a guy, what you need to feel in yourself with someone. Like if you feel these things for someone, then just know that you really, really care about these people and this person, and this person might be the one. So genuine. And how I brought my points together. Babe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. The network is acting blurry, but I can hear you.
Oh, God. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah, I can hear you. I think it's definitely. Okay. I think it's your network.
Your camera is still rolling. Let me. Okay, can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you. I didn't stop hearing you.
It's delaying. It's delaying. So let's cut the call. Don't cut the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's cut the call. Then I'll call back. Okay.
Okay. Now for Ninja Network. No, Shano. Lua Shanoa. Kado network. Ebelebe yeah. Ebelebe yeah. What time is it? Hope you guys are enjoying this video. Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Because you never know who needs this. Okay, we're back on.
So yeah, we just realized that there was network issues, so we cut, but we realized that we've now been recording for like 30 minutes. So we need to just stop at number 3 for now. Then we'll continue in the next episode. Well, thank God, there's even more content, you know. So, like I said, these were how I was feeling about you. And I necessarily did not know at the time because they were not, it wasn't like I was doing them intentionally. They were just the things that came from me naturally. So my number 3 point is genuinely care / always want the best for them, which I feel like is what you said, making them priority. I just look back and I just know that I just wake up, you are the first thing in my mind. We had not even started dating. You know, because of you, I kind of mastered the time. There's a particular time you always walked from your hostel to your office. So I always made sure, even when because of you, I now started resuming late. Because I'm supposed to resume, I think, by 11. But maybe around the time you come is like maybe 11:45 or something. So I always resume late. Even if I've come to the office, I'll just wait. There are times that I'd come, I will walk. I'll be like, I'll walk back and forth before I enter the gate. So once I see you, I'll just enter and do as if. Do you notice that we're always jamming?
Well, no one.
Do you understand?
To be fair, sometimes I used to walk as well. I used to walk outside and see, and I wonder if you'll be inside, if you could see me. And I'll just walk up and down, like, I didn't see him. And so whenever there was opportunity for me to go to radio, I'd always be like, okay, I've got to go to radio. I'd be like, okay, cool, it's radio.
Man, I just really, and I just always wanted you to be okay, you know. At that time, I was not making too much money yet, and I was really, before I met you, I was really, you know, saving and like modest. Should I say not exactly stingy, but I didn't used to spend too much on food for myself. I used to buy small food. But for you, once I met you, it was any opportunity to just get you the, you know, like I'm still gonna get to that point. And so one thing that I realized that genuine care made me, it was as if it gave me superpowers, because I kind of used to know what was up with you. Like I would just know when something was not something was not going well. And you know, like you used to try to keep stuff to yourself a lot, you know, but I would eventually, like when you were strong, you know, I was just like, because one thing I used to look out for is at least your smile, like your radiant smile, you know, used to make my day. So that particular day, I just,
it used to make
at that time now, my sister,
I'm joking.
So this is another thing in this our marriage. You know, my wife is more or less English. You understand? And me, I'm Yoruba. She's Yoruba too, but you know, so she a lot of things mean a particular way to her that do not necessarily mean something to me. You understand? So I have to go and apply for IELTS because I need it in this marriage. You know, sometimes I will say stuff that. Anyway, so when I say used to, I'm talking about the way it was then. Your smile still makes my day. I always say it that I don't like to see you sad because it affects me, it affects my creativity, it affects my ability to make money, it makes me unproductive, it affects my peace. So it's in my best interest that you should be happy, because that is what brightens my life, brightens my day, you know. But this was when it started. This you get like, so. That time I just realized, I was like, what's up now? What's wrong? And blah blah blah. And you were just like, we are not just. The way you even said it, you didn't make it sound like something serious, but you said you're not just feeling fine, like you have making my. But as I heard that, I don't know if I emptied my account or I bought, and Jevnik was like the best thing then.
Yeah, and it was and then it was expensive when we like for the little money that I was making. I was like, oh, Jevnik, what?
You know, and you know, randomly too, I just used to buy you lunch at some times, because I kind of realized you like food. You know? And like I said, always want the best for them. You know, like I said, I mentioned earlier, attention. Through being attentive to you and focus and just studying you, I just kind of knew the kind of things you liked. You know, and I just used to try to pump them. At that time. At that time, I thought it was just to win you over. You know, now I realized that it was for a bigger purpose. It was because I didn't have to do all that. You know, the way I used to say that once I fancy the babe and she does not fancy me back, because they go yourself because they are lined up. You understand? So for me to be making so much effort, you know. Anyways, so I think we'll just stop here for today. We'll continue in the next episode. But let's just revise. Your number one was what? I say what?
Was peace. Your one was?
Peace. Mine was your mic. I think your mic is off.
Okay, no, hold on 1 second.
Your mic. Your mic. Check the battery.
No, it's not off. It's fine. You can't hear me.
Okay.
It's the earphones. Yeah, it's the earphones. Yeah.
So your number one is peace. Like you said, the person has to have inner peace. You know, my number one is attraction. I feel like you don't downplay the way you find people attractive, because when you get married to, if you say,
we're just running through it. I think, well,
there's something I forgot to mention. You know, our parents, especially our moms, used to say that they didn't really find our dads attractive then. That is not important for the beauty, that you grow to love the person and everything. I don't know if that's how it works for ladies, because even some ladies say that.
But the thing is, it does happen. That does happen. And that's why I'm saying that for attraction, it's really, especially physical attraction. Not that it's not important for women. Men are less likely to marry a woman that is less attractive, that they don't find that attractive and grow to love her. Whereas women are more likely to marry a man that isn't very attractive, but they'll grow to love him. And that's, you know, I think Pastor K has said something like that before. So, yeah.
Because the point I want to make on that is, as a guy, if you say, okay, you would ignore the looks, you will marry somebody that you don't really find attractive, but the person has other qualities. Trust me, your kind of attraction, you will eventually find it in life when you are in marriage. And it can even lead to two things. It can lead you to you stepping out, or if you choose to be responsible, you just being frustrated, you know. But attraction, number one. Number two for you.
You are a priority for them.
That's your number two?
Yes. No, sorry. They respect your non-negotiables. Sorry.
And my number two is, you just see that you are giving the person attention. You know, they didn't even ask for it. You are very attentive to them, and at the end of the day, you respect their non-negotiables. Then number three, priority, you genuinely care.
And number four, okay. No,
there's no number four. We'll do the next episode. So, did you find this boring? Do you find this educating? Should we continue?
Yes,
should we talk about something else in the next episode, or should we continue? Please, let's hear your comments. And also, let's know what you think, you know. So
yeah, exactly. So if you guys are interested in seeing the rest, hearing the rest of our list, then let us know so we'll do that. And yeah, you know. This is Johnny Paul. It's like this is for like 35 minutes. Like Johnny Paul, man. I like him, man. I don't like to look bad, but the fellow John, even Bami, been a shit football. So,
alright, guys. Video. God be with you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching.
Please like, share, subscribe, comment, share, like, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy evening Hey guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching our video.
Thank you.
But before you leave, we are forgetting something.
Have you liked this video? Did you like this video?
Did you comment? Have you subscribed to our channel?
Subscribe. And did you hit the notification bell? You have. Thank you so much. If you haven't, please just do, yeah? Do that, please. See you guys on the next video. Bye. Family, get in the bathroom now! Bye-bye.